What's going on, everybody? Matt Johnston here, helping you make videos that sell. And what I want to talk about today is how to script a commercial that actually moves somebody to buy your product or service. I see this messed up so much because people don't understand the actual buying cycle, the stages that a potential customer needs to go through to be able to move through to be an actual customer. So let's figure out how to actually script the stories for these videos, because these pretty little B-roll videos and the gorgeous landscapes and drone photography that you have there, they might not actually be selling anything. The real reason that anyone will buy will not just be because how beautiful your video is. Don't get me wrong, beauty is great, but if it doesn't move people logically and emotionally, you're in trouble. So let's get into it. See, the biggest misconception that we have is that beauty solves everything. But that only solves one little reason why someone might buy or catches their attention. Maybe it demonstrates value, but it serves a very specific purpose in the selling process. So what you need to do is you need to come up with a few elements to actually tell the story. And so I want to show you how I work my process to actually script these videos out before I shoot anything. Even if there's no talking in them at all, or even text, you have to put together some sort of story and storyboard to lead people through a journey. And here's my 5-part structure to be able to structure these stories no matter what format they come in so that people will buy this stuff. Pain, problem, solution, features, testimonials. So let's dig into these one by one. Pain means the actual emotional hole or gap that your potential customer has before they become a customer. This is something that they either feel or don't feel. It kind of depends on where they are in the awareness of that, and it's different for every product or service. So you have to assess that first. But when you do, you have to be very clear, what is the pain that this solves? And that moves very quickly into step 2, which is problem. What is the problem that the avatar has, that the potential customer has, that they don't have a solution for right now, or they don't have a good solution, or they're trying to choose between a lot of solutions and they don't know which solution is the right solution? Solution. Let me just say it again, solution. Solution is the third point. So that's when you finally get to introduce your stuff. But this is the mistake that people make. Not that you can't show the product right off the bat. In fact, you should. You should show it right at the beginning, right in the first couple of frames, and you can continue having it there. But the story, the way that you move people through, needs to be this logical arc where pain and problem is felt, solution comes in to fix that pain and problem. So that's the third part in the story. The fourth part in the story is where you can get into features. So a lot of people lead with features. They show the product and then they're like, this does this does that. But that's not really enough to be able to make a dent because they don't know why they need it yet. They haven't felt moved yet. And so you have to get them there first, and now you can talk about the main features and benefits, and then you can get into testimonials and social proof. So these help close the deal, and they help build trust. One of the great ways that you can help build trust is by having a well-shot video. The other way that you build trust is just simply by having social proof, because it's just sales and marketing 101. Pain, problem, solution, features, testimonials. So what this allows people to do is it moves them to a high level of certainty in 2 major ways: logical certainty and emotional certainty. I got a lot of this from Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall Street. If you read his great book on sales, he talks about how actually selling something is all about moving people up to a 10 on the logical scale and 10 on the emotional scale. So they have to be emotionally certain that this is right for them and logically certain that this is right for them. So what we do in this process is we first talk about the pain and the problems, and then we talk about the features and benefits and the testimonials. That helps move them on a logical standpoint. So, okay, I am convinced that I need this solution, or I need a solution to this pain and problem because it's really bad, but now how do I know that this product will work? How do I know it's any good? How do I know it's not another scam? That's where you go with features and testimonials to help move them over the hump in that way. So having these 2 pieces together are huge for building the creative that you need to build in any advertising campaign, in any marketing campaign. Now let me show you exactly what this works like in practice in a recent video that I put together for one of our clients. So hopefully you can see how this story worked and how I was able to clearly articulate what the pain was, what the problem was, what the solution was, features, benefits, testimonials, but notice how all of that went to the end. Let me show you what this actually looked like and how I go through this creative process to come up with this script. So since I can't draw like at all, what I do is I put just little mini images of the little props as I might recognize them, but I mostly rely on these little descriptions that are sitting here underneath. So here, hanging on haul, so that's a glove stick hanging on a hook, as you saw. This is the hand grabbing it really quickly, tossing it in the duffel bag, going to a black screen and saying 4 hours later. I think we ended up with 3 hours later. You have the duffel bag dropping to the floor, boom, grab the shoes out, hold the shoes up to the nose, digging into the bag. And so you can see the story here. So I wanted to start with the hook shot of the product. So we got the hanging in the hall, and now he grabs it. And now we've got to start introducing the problem and the pain. And we need a way to get there, right? Because shoes don't stink until you use them. So I had to visually represent using the shoes. So we have them tossing it in a duffel bag. It also helps give us a visual representation of what these are used for because it's with other sports equipment. And then we have the 4 hours later and it's like, oh, we see the problem manifesting here. Why is it 4 hours later? And then as the duffel bag comes and opens up, this is where we get the big pain problem release. Notice, no features and benefits so far or anything like that. We're totally on pain and problem, so holding the shoes up to your nose and then it stinks. So then I thought it would be some sort of mad dash and race to find the glove sticks so that you could go as fast as possible because you do not want to smell the stink. I wasn't sure how I was going to do that at this stage. I did a lot of it in the edit in DaVinci Resolve, but I ended up going for this idea. And then slow motion, the stinks. As you see, it looks like a pair of headphones, but it actually, here's what it looked like in real life. And you notice how I spent actually 2/3 of this story talking about the pain and the problem and the solution to emotionally move people towards the sale. Now we're going to logically move them towards the sale by going through BR stands for B-roll. So I just shot some beauty B-roll, turntable stuff, other types of things, handheld, and it's feature and benefit A, feature and benefit B, B-roll, 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 B-roll. And so this is a testimonial, this is a testimonial, and those are just quotes that I put on in Resolve using a template that I downloaded from Motion Array, I believe, and then a call to action down there. So this is how I did it. It's super rudimentary. I can't draw, but what I can do is I can think through the story, and this helps me articulate it. So if you want to do this for yourself, this is the process that you should go through. First of all, you have to find out what the avatar's pain points and problems are. Then you go through and list out each of these 5 things: pain, problem, solution, features, testimonials, and just write a little sentence or a couple of words there that signal to you exactly what's going on, so you know and can articulate to yourself how that story should roll. But it's just all about articulation. Articulation is so important, just getting it out there so that you have your vision out there. Thank you so much. Like, comment, and subscribe if you got value in this video. I really hope you did, and I'll see you in the next video.